TNA, this past week, WWE helped make my dreams come true. They proved that they do care about and listen to their fans. I hope I can trust you guys to do the same thing. Otherwise, you'll just be proving why WWE is the better company. Just saying. So just to recap, I will be going to Bound for Glory this year in San Diego. And until that date, I'm compiling a wish list of what I would like to see at that show. Number 1 on that list, Velvet Sky. If I can't have anything else, Velvet Sky would be more than enough to satisfy my needs, if you know what I'm saying. No, really, this might be my last chance to ever see her live, so TNA, please, I'm begging you to please let me have this. Anyway, now that TNA finally got rid of that piece of crap Bruce Bitchard, the man that made me stop watching Impact in the first place, my excitement level headed into Bound for Glory just shot up to here. Let's see how much that changes after this video.
Sabin had the hammer, fully gonna take him up. Oh, the head, right with the bully bomb. He's ahead with the hammer. Come on, 2-2. Yes, new champion, new champion, new champion.
Huh. Well, I can honestly say I didn't expect that, and I can honestly say I don't know how to feel about that. I'm expecting Bully Ray to win it back by Bound for Glory, but just assuming that Sabin is going to keep the belt into the pay-per-view, there's only one match that I'd be interested in seeing involving Chris Sabin as the World Champion. And I'll get more into detail about that next week, but I will say that the odds of what I want to happen actually happening are slim to just about none. So honestly right now, this doesn't get me any more excited for Bound for Glory. And Sabin is a good wrestler, but everything else about him just bores me. I mean, he's one of those guys that needs a charismatic opponent to be able to have a solid feud. That would keep anyone interested. Or you know what? I should just do what the internet does with Velvet Sky, right? Sabin is the worst talker of all time. Therefore, he's a useless world champion and he's a useless wrestler. Anyone that's happy that he's world champion is a fucking retard who doesn't know shit about wrestling. The guy has been wrestling for over 10 years and he's still a bland, generic character. How can you guys seriously like a guy that hasn't improved in 10 years? Boring characters like him are the reason that TNA is dying. They should just stick to pushing people who actually have charisma, like Robbie E. At least Robbie E can have good feuds on his own, unlike Chris Sabin. TNA should just release his boring, uncharismatic ass because he sucks and the only reason he's being pushed is because he's dating Velvet Sky. What a selfish fucking prick. He just comes in from an injury and just gets the title handed to him, despite the fact that he did nothing to earn it. And you know for a fact that he's probably sleeping with Dixie Carter because he obviously didn't win that belt because of his great charisma, that's for sure. Anyway, on the plus side, this opens up the possibility for that epic Bully Ray and Hulk Hogan match. And I know that match is going to suck, and honestly, if I wasn't going to Bound for Glory live, I'd be pissed off about it too. But I'm speaking purely as just a fan. You know, I'd like to be able to say that I was there for a Stone Cold beer bath, the return of The Rock, and a Hulk Hogan match. It's not something that I'd include in my wish list, but it's something I wouldn't mind being there for if that's where TNA is going to go. Something that I would put on my wish list though, a hardcore match of some sort. I'm talking about weapons, brawls in the crowd, blood, fire. Okay, it doesn't have to be that hardcore, but still, the match that I think can give us all of this is the Mid-Card Mafia versus the A&D Network. That's the only interesting part about this feud. The hardcore stuff and Mr. Kennedy. And I think you can all agree too. I mean, do you guys think this would really be that good of a match if it was a normal match? Now, I think it needs that hardcore stipulation to really be entertaining. Now, I hear people saying that the Knockout Ladder match was disappointing and not nearly as good as their Slammiversary match. But the truth is, it was. It just wasn't as impactful because it wasn't the first one. It's the same reason why most people will say, oh, the original movie is always the best, despite how good any of the sequels are. Flip this backwards. Say that this match was the first one, and that the Slammiversary match was the one that would have to follow it. Show these matches to your friend backwards. If you were doing it that way, the Slammiversary match is a complete step down from what this match was. Slammiversary was made by 5 spots. All 5 of those spots were repeated in this match in more extreme ways. On top of that, there was a lot more creative and dangerous spots in this match. The only difference is it didn't feel as special this time, because it wasn't the first time we've seen it. What made the first match special was that it was the first time we've seen women do anything like that in a long time. So it felt like a big deal, whereas in this match, we were already expecting it to be crazy. So we weren't as blown away by how crazy it actually was. And the thing is, we're never going to get that feeling back again, because our perceptions are now different, now that we've already seen it. The more we see it, the less special it feels every time, regardless of how good anything after it is. As of right now, my excitement level for Bound for Glory is about here. It's alright. I mean, it could be a lot better. We'll just have to wait and see where it goes the next 3 months. And for anyone wondering why I didn't talk about the X Division pay-per-view, there wasn't much to talk about. This didn't even feel like a big X Division event. So I'll just talk about it more next week for that Ultimate X match. But anyway, this has been MTO with the MTO Mar Reviews, saying yada yada yada, blah blah blah. The end.